Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Chair of Finance, Senator Kibiru, whom we yesterday had a lot of arguments about whether we should proceed with division of revenue before this bill or not. And I want to thank the House for collectively taking the wise decision to first start with this very important bill. We've been grappling with the question of grants, Mr. Speaker, to county governments. And from 2013, all senators had complained about the equitable distribution of grants from national government to counties. And Mr. Speaker, innovatively and slowly, first of all through a court decision, but eventually by the intervention of the committee, we've come up with a very important bill. Two things are important about this bill, Mr. Speaker. The contents make sure that we are now able, that Senate, first of all, that the contents make sure that Senate and National Assembly will play a role in equitable distribution of the resources, but also that we will play a role in oversight, and clear oversight with parameters being set, so that, Mr. Speaker, you cannot find yourself in a situation, for those of us who have served in County Public Accounts Committee, when you summon county governments, you want to ask them about grants and from both development partners and national government. It's been very difficult, Mr. Speaker, because they hang on the provision of the Constitution only and say there is no legislative framework that can make sure that we can hold them accountable, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the other thing is that we've won a great deal that, Mr. Speaker, just like the division of revenue, these grants will be brought to the House annually, Mr. Speaker, for appropriation and proper transfer to county governments. This is very good, Mr. Speaker. And like we were saying yesterday, even our colleagues who are going to serve in the county governments, Mr. Speaker, and those of us who remain here to provide support and accountability, this will really help in ensuring that counties can budget, knowing that if you're going to receive grants for development of Siaya Town, Mr. Speaker, for example, you do not need to appropriate for, again, county funds for the same projects that are going to be done in the areas that you are going to develop. This gives a lot of certainty in terms of planning and in terms of application of resources. Last, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank Senator Kibiru in person because of his leadership in this very important committee. I have never doubted, Mr. Speaker, his capacity and capability since he came to this House. And since he's exiting, I want the people of Kirinyaga to know that they have a very competent citizen who has served very well in this House. I do not know how they will rate him in the other position, but in this one, Mr. Speaker, he has done his work in a very commendable manner, and we will forever remember his services to this nation through his presence in this House. And last, Mr. Speaker, this is a victory for Senate. I know, Mr. Speaker, the Senate as an institution, we've struggled to protect the mandate of this House, not for our personal gain as individuals, but, Mr. Speaker, for posterity. Well, I know we still have matters pending in court, and I really hope that we will succeed in the manner that we have prayed. And since it's pending in court, I will not say further than that. But, Mr. Speaker, two victories today. One, this bill, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, is the falling of BBI. And I say this, Mr. Speaker, with a very excited heart. There is no senator here, of all the 68 senators, who is not excited that, Mr. Speaker, the Senate proposed by BBI was a complete water down of the mandate of this House. If BBI had passed, Mr. Speaker, I want to say it here, and people of Elgeyo Marakwet listening, I would have never wanted to serve under the kind of Senate that was being proposed by BBI. So personally, I don't want to talk about other provisions of the BBI bill. But as a person who wants to continue serving in this Senate, provide oversight, fight for counties, Mr. Speaker, BBI was going to be a complete downgrading of the Senate, Mr. Speaker. And I am glad that it was declared null and void, even if we posture publicly as though we are sad that BBI failed for our friends who are on the other side. I am sure inside their hearts, they are rejoicing, Mr. Speaker, that when they come to serve in the next Senate, it will not be a watered-down Senate. Mr. Speaker, I beg to support.